hosted by Sharon, Thompson, and Dr. Sharon, Reid, bringing news, ideas, and community needs. We learn, we grow, we stay informed together in harmony. Our voices are heard. Speak harmony where knowledge meets community.
Wow, where knowledge meets community.
That's right.
Sister Sharon, howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you?
Absolutely excellent.
Nice, nice, nice. Welcome. And guys, we just want to thank you for joining us on Speak Harmony. Another week. On this edition, guess what? It's still Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And the entire month, we are celebrating the thrivers. We lock arms with those who transitioned. And we're just saying, guys, we're here for you. So thank you to APAT Media for bringing us another awesome, and we're expecting a magnificent evening this evening. So we're live on YouTube, guys, every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. And this episode, like all the others, is brought to you by APAT Media. And APAT Media is A as in photo, P as in production, A as in always, and P as in perfection. Guess what? Info at apatmedia.com is where you will find us. Thank you for joining. And so, I know today is what day, Sister Sharon? For the
All
foodies.
right, family, big up family, and to all the thrivers, we are wearing our pink
And purple.
and
That's
purple
what we do.
and symbols
Yes,
to represent.
Yes.
You know, I hope y'all liked our new jingle. Tell us,
Yes.
comment, and let us know if you liked our new jingle and listen to the words because they speak about what this podcast is about.
It does.
Right? And also look forward because before the end of the year, we will definitely be live everywhere else. So we're looking forward to that. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
But today is National Dessert Day. And so this is a day to celebrate all things sweet. Look at
Sweet.
that little
Oh
thing,
my
sweet.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
So-
real sugar day.
A sugar day, honey. And guess
Wow.
what? A lot of people don't even realize that places like the Cheesecake Factory, Dairy Queen, they offer sweet treats. There are deals. They get free stuff, 50%.
wow.
So
Yes.
if it's still open, you might want to check them out.
Yes.
But after us, of course. So what's your favorite sweet?
You really want to hear?
Yes.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu?
I mean, I love, girl, let me tell you, you don't know what you're missing. Some tiramisu, the right tiramisu.
Oh, the right
I think
one.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But you know, I like other stuff. I am partial to the Jamaican fruitcake. Or fruitcake, because my other island folks, don't come for me, right? Because they will tell me it's not only Jamaica that makes fruitcake. We make fruitcake too. But I love me some fruitcake.
Really?
I have a bad sweet tooth. I'm not even embarrassed to say that. So
No, I
yeah.
have a sweet tooth.
Okay.
Well, I like
Okay.
cake, but I like vegan cake that is moist with the ice in it.
The high taste.
Yes, I love vegan
Expensive
cake.
taste.
Absolutely, I have very.
And tell them
expensive
the spot that you get that special
taste.
cake
I can't
from.
advertise for them because I ain't getting paid by them. But
Well.
you know, I can make my own. Mm-hmm. And then I love chocolate chip cookies. We're gonna ask our guests what they like. But yes,
Yes.
that's my sweet tooth right there.
Yes.
And you know what? Do you know any bald-headed men?
Of course I do.
You know any bald-headed women?
Of course, absolutely.
That's
and
right.
they rock. And they
Absolutely.
absolutely rock. My husband's
today-
not ready for that yet.
So
I'm
today
not
is
yet.
also Be Bold and Be
Bold and
Free Day, okay?
bold and
And this is a
bold.
day to celebrate shaved or bald head,
Yes.
whether by choice or by nature. And I thought it was relevant to talk about that because we know that a lot of those that go through radiation and
Yeah,
chemo,
yeah.
that they end up losing their hair, and some
course.
keep it off. But while it going through that transition, they may feel away because you know how us women feel about our
crown,
our
glory.
crown, that's
Yeah.
right.
So they had a bald. Recently I saw that where they had a baldy gala, an event
really?
with all these baldies up in there, and I saw some. Let me tell you, some sisters rock some bald head now. So it's not only the brothers. Oh my goodness.
That's right, 'cause,
I
you know.
saw some sisters with some clean shaved heads with some beautiful accessories, and they Oh my God, they were rocking that place.
know how
Yeah,
to
so
rock
girl,
it,
we know how to rock it. So we'll make it work for us.
All right,
But
so-
we're not gonna bore you with anything because we've got two very amazing ladies in the house, Sister Sharon.
That's right.
And we don't want to waste any time and waste your time. Really, we want to get to the meat of the matter. So our first guest this evening is none other than Dr. Marie Webster. She's a PT, DPT, MHA, and all the other letters behind her name. She's the highly experienced and dedicated physical therapist, right? With a passion for delivering exceptional patient care across diverse settings. Sister dear, you're a licensed physical therapist in Georgia, Texas, California, Arizona, and Arkansas.
All right.
Right?
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
she brings extensive clinical expertise and adaptability gained through successfully completing 8 successful travel therapy contracts nationwide. Sister dear. Since 2011, Dr. Marie has owned and operated Superior Home Physical Therapy Services, where she provides personalized, high-quality, rehabilitative care designed to help patients achieve optimal mobility and independence in the comfort of their own homes. You're amazing. That's
beautiful. It's
that's
amazing.
amazing
Yes,
because
it
that's what
is.
people need.
Yes, ma'am.
Honestly, especially when you're sick and when you're under the weather, most times you don't want to get out of your house.
Yes,
you want you want the practitioners to come to you. And I love that you do that and honor that. So, my goodness, without further ado, we're excited to hear what you have to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're packing some punches over here, sister dear.
Well, hello, Thrivers. Yes, I am honored to be here today. It is, I agree with you, Miss Sharon, is that going to people's home, they're comfortable. The actual care is directly for them. If I treat you in a hospital, I have no idea what your home looks like and how I can help you best. So that is my preference. I am here by way of Dallas, Texas, and I am here on a contract, and I'm currently serving the Henry County community. And so will be here until the end of January.
Okay. And so where do you call home?
I call home Dallas, Texas. Home is where mom and dad are. So Dallas, Texas is home now. I was born and raised in Rockford, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago. But being the youngest, I encouraged my family to move to Dallas, Texas once I made that decision in 2009. So my sisters, as well as my parents, and my 2 nieces live in Dallas, Texas.
I love it.
Beautiful. So how did you come upon physical therapy? How did that speak to you?
It was always a thing. Growing up, I was always interested in science, but I think naturally we only hear about careers such as nurses, doctors, teachers, and so I was also an athlete and had an extensive injury and had the opportunity to work with an amazing physical therapist, and I always thought, well, that would be cool. But my sister was an attorney, so I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go, but ultimately decided to go to physical therapy school, and it has been a journey. I can't think of anything else I would have desired. And just as God always does, I knew I wanted to be a doctor, and the year that I was going to school, it became a doctoral program.
Yeah. I
So
remember.
that was the path in which I knew I was on, and I was doing the right thing. So in 2007, I went to physical therapy school.
Beautiful. And so,
Interesting.
for physical therapists, why is it important to gain your doctoral degree?
Well, one, I think it's autonomy. I think it's the ability to, at this doctoral level, we are able to identify what a patient needs. In some states, we do not require a physician's order. We are able to go in and decide what is best for this patient. But I think aligning yourself with a good education and a strong background, I think that really will propel you in this career.
Fantastic. So tell me, what are some of the biggest challenges would you say that you've faced in that space, becoming a doctor of physical therapy? Because that's kind of not the norm.
Yeah.
If you want to say it is the norm now, but I'm just saying, but it was not. So how do they? What are some of the stuff?
Yeah,
that
I mean, I
for
think it's
sure?
our normal day to day. I think it's women of color and being a woman. It was tough. And so even though healthcare is pretty much covered by women. However, my class was a class of 25 and only 19 of us graduated. So a very strenuous program. And then as an overachiever that I am, that is when I got my master's in healthcare administration simultaneously.
Wow.
So again, I think it's just about being dedicated. I've always been the type that if I go to class and listen, that's typically how I obtain my knowledge. But it requires, being in those books and being focused and getting it done.
All right, because she knows that this bone is connected to
Every-
this bone.
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Yes, yes.
That is it.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So, how has your approach to patient care evolved, particularly physical therapy? Because I know before it was saying, hey, you have to have your doctoral degree, or it is strongly advised. How has it changed besides you having that autonomy and including patient care? Is there anything different? Tell us a little bit more about that.
I think the differences in practice are certainly, as being in Georgia, I'm seeing more women and people of color. And so when we talk challenges, I think it's just comfortability and patience. And, when I come to their door, I may not be what they expected by the phone call over the phone. And so, of course, making people feel comfortable. But ultimately, it's knowledge.
Yeah.
And I think that people feel most secure when you speak from a knowledge base. And of course, my clinical experience, been doing this almost 20 years, which is beyond words, but I'm so grateful. And but I definitely feel like I knocked those barriers down by just clinical experience and just being a normal person. I go by Dr. Marie sometimes, but honestly, I'm just Marie.
Yes.
Yep. And that's literally my Instagram, just Marie.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot because the fact that you're just chill and very humble,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that's my kind of stuff, man. This is what we do here. We speak harmony. We're a set of people that we collaborate. We don't compete. We're just very chill.
Yes, ma'am. We
very
can all
laid
help
back.
each other,
Exactly, and that's what we do. But so there are injuries, and then there are injuries. What are some of the most common injuries that you would say that you treat in your practice? What are some of those?
Yes, ma'am. So because home care is my setting, a lot of times I'm seeing patients who've recently had orthopedic injuries, such as having a new knee replacement. Shout out my mother, who will have a knee replacement tomorrow. Best wishes, Big Mama.
Healing and
Yes, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
But knee replacements are very common, back surgeries. And as we kind of just spoke about your loved one, Parkinson's, neurological conditions, people who've had strokes, cancers, all of those things, I'm seeing in the home setting because a lot of times patients just prefer that. They have lovely, support at home, and home can be an appropriate setting.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing, a lot of orthopedic things, though. Lots of bone injuries, replacements is my primary focus.
Really?
Is that your primary focus, or is that because it's your primary focus? Is that what you're hearing is more prevalent now? Is the need? And so the follow-up question is, why do you think that is so?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we're seeing younger patients who are getting these joint replacements. We're talking about our baby boomers who've worked hard, a lot of factory jobs, standing on the concrete floors, and so needing those back surgeries and shoulder surgeries and things like that. So I think just by nature, we're seeing that younger populations are getting these replacements because they're lasting longer. They're now lasting 20 to 25 years now.
Explain the difference, though, because for folks watching or listening, what's the difference between physical therapy and other forms of rehabilitation for those unfamiliar, really? Because I'm learning.
Yes, absolutely.
And so
I think that's a great question.
Yes.
I think oftentimes, people will confuse some of the professions. So it is National Physical Therapy Month. So
It is.
yes, and so big ups to the rest of my physical therapy family and friends who are watching.
Big up.
Yes.
And so, but we have occupational therapists who will focus on the upper body, mainly focus on the day-to-day activities such as grooming, feeding, dressing, those kind of things. My counterparts in speech therapy, they help with swallowing. Speech as a result is if it changes from like a brain injury or a stroke. And so collaboratively, we are our rehabilitation team. And so if you find yourself in a setting of like an inpatient rehabilitation, some patients will have all three of those disciplines.
That's right.
And then where it comes to physical therapy, we're concerned about balance. We're concerned about walking, leg strength.
Yes.
And so collaboratively, we work best together. But sometimes patients may not need those other services. And so they'll focus on what is needed, ultimately.
Yeah, yeah. That makes complete sense.
it
Did you
does.
know, Sharon, Anne-Marie,
Mm-hmm.
that when I graduated high school and went to college, I majored in occupational therapy.
I love that.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes.
And then life happened, and then I became a respiratory therapist.
Amazing.
So that's
yeah.
one of my background licensures is RT,
Mm-hmm.
and so RTs are really upset with y'all PTs. They're always fighting at the door. They need their therapy session, and I was like, well, they gotta breathe before they
They got a
walk.
breathing treatment.
they do, of
Which
course,
one
of
comes
course.
first, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes. But that's all. It's all still under rehab as well.
yes.
So absolutely working in skilled nursing care. So I did want to ask you: are there any before I go to that question, because you were talking about, and Sharon had asked you about the different modalities and why people don't know to go to PT, because I know that a lot of them end up going to chiros,
Yes.
That is correct.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So is there a little silent feud between chiros and PTs?
I think they try to put the two against each other because we're doing two different things. Where chiropractors are more concerned about the bones and adjustments and alignment, where physical therapy, we're looking for the long haul. We're looking for how do we improve the problem. And so I think, again, working collaboratively is what I'm talking about. I think sometimes people need a structural change and then physical therapists to do the long-term change, helping with body mechanics and how to move and how to exercise so that maintains. So my public opinion is I think we can work
We
together.
could work together. That's what
Absolutely.
I was
Collaboration.
gonna say. Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
you collaborate. I mean, well,
So what are some of the advancements?
yes.
Yeah, so I think when we're talking advancements, I see a lot of things on the chiropractic world, a lot of different tools, and Pilates is major right now. So a lot of people are utilizing that. When it comes to physical therapy, I think that we don't see a lot of change. I think it's just how you deliver those changes. But a lot of the modalities I don't use because I'm in a home setting. But now the other settings that physical therapy can be performed is like an outpatient setting.
Yes.
And so now you'll find outpatient settings to be in doctor's offices, sometimes chiropractic offices, standalone clinics. And so therefore they'll use like the heat and, red light therapy and those kind of things to advance healing, which is typically what a modality will do. It'll work in conjunction with exercise and walking and those kind of things.
So, I mean, we just came off of, and we're still dealing with it because honestly, mental health is every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Our mental health really collaborates and it goes together. Everything kind of comes together. So what would you say what role does mental health play in physical recovery?
Oh man, it's a great question because I think, a lot of times what people have to understand is when we exercise, our body releases a hormone, serotonin, our endorphins. And those things make us feel good, So I always encourage people when you're down, you're not feeling like yourself, go for a walk. Go somewhere nice and a scenic view, and you'll feel better, not only because of the view, but because you have released some of these important hormones. So I definitely think they play hand in hand because if part of our body, our mental isn't good, well, heck, our physical won't be, and vice versa.
True.
Vice versa. We find ourselves sedentary, not doing anything. Boy, does that play a trick on your mind. And so I think it's very important that those two, again, go together.
Go together.
They do.
Absolutely.
Get outside.
Yeah.
Get outside. Go
Outside.
for a
Just
walk.
Go for a walk.
Yeah.
To the mailbox.
Yeah.
even.
Stretching,
Make it big. Yes, you're just stretching. You're moving.
Yes,
What-
ma'am.
What's that saying? Something at rest stays at rest. There's a saying that they have that says, a body at rest
Yeah.
stays at rest.
I believe
But a
that.
body in motion, it keeps
Yeah.
it keeps in motion.
Exactly.
So you keep your body flowing.
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
it going. So, we're winding down. Time is always of the essence, when things are juicy and getting good. But, I mean, you do a lot, Doc. And so we wanted to ask you, really, what would you say to a young person or someone who's about to enter school? Because I literally spoke to a young person a few days ago, and she says, "Oh, I'm going to med school, but I don't even know what I want to do." they're confused. But again, physical therapy,
Yeah.
I mean, chiropractic, whatever. Honestly, what would you, as far as mentoring, did you have any mentors that kind of led you down I know you were a bright, smart star, shining star.
Sometimes.
But
Like, I gave my
I'm
parents
saying-
a run for their money now.
But what about those young people? They're a little off. I want to be a medical doctor.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I
Yeah.
want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. How did you kind of sort of navigate that space? How did you do that?
I think it's experience. So I always, oftentimes, allow people to come shadow me. I think hands-on is the idea, and finding something you're passionate about. I always tell young people, things that I mentor, one thing about it is you have got to find something because you are going to do it every day.
Yes.
So you have to find something that you enjoy, and not because mom and dad said that you should be a teacher, not because your mom was a nurse. You don't have to follow those same paths because a lot of times you're not happy. And that shows, especially in patient care.
Yeah.
We know who's in healthcare for money and who's in it because they want to see people be better.
Yeah. Yeah, and talking about that then, so what is one of the most memorable success stories that you've had while you were doing physical therapy?
There's ton. I think that what I enjoy the most is when patients come home and who are often given a story of you'll never walk again, or you'll be dependent on someone else again, and we just we believe in a higher power, and we put the work in, and to see patients regain their independence. So I think it's just a global. Seeing people being able to remain in their homes and with their families and their loved ones, to be able to see their grandchildren, I think that would be an overall success story for me. Is people just,
Moving from where they were to now being dependent to becoming
Independent.
Yeah.
and going to grandchildren's games and graduations and walking daughters down the aisle, and things like that. Those are my stories, and this is my why, why I do it.
Yeah. And so,
Interesting.
Marie, how do you see physical therapy right now impacting and moving forward in the community? Or the question I really wanted to ask, before you answer that, what are some of the mistakes people do while physical therapy?
I think the biggest mistake is not doing. Okay? So that's an easy one. I think that, again, if you hear an unsuccessful replacement story or a physical therapy story, it typically is patients not believing, not having that desire to be better, and that happens sometimes. So I think that what I would be looking for in a patient is, if they're not passionate about it, I need to figure out the why. Is it painful? Do you not want to be better? And then we have more of a mental illness, and we need to identify that. But I think the mistakes are just not doing, and not seeing that how it really does help.
Oh, thank you guys for joining us online. We appreciate you. Says this is a highly needed and informative discussion. 3 dynamic professionals. Dr. Webster practices what she preaches and she mentors. Thanks for such a rich. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, Dee.
This is actually
Dee
a
Taylor.
wonderful patient of mine who we've kept in touch, and
love that.
and that would be an example of a success story.
Yes.
Made modifications that made her life better.
Wow.
And sometimes I think as people and women of color, we sometimes get ourselves into a thing of pride. Who wants to walk with a walker? Who wants to be pushed in a wheelchair or not be their best selves like everyone's used to? And I think once we get away from that, man, you can just, thrive. And I think, I've had some of that. And I think that, again, that mistake is not listening, not seeing how the small changes can really impact your life.
Yeah. And so it also sounds like you were talking a lot about mindset.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were talking about belief. If you were told you'll never walk again, then you have to kind of come in and change that mindset.
Yes, ma'am.
And feed them some positive reinforcement.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly it. So I try to encourage. I tell people I'm a glorified cheerleader. I want to cheer you on. I want to provide you the tools for you to be successful. But it ultimately is up to that patient if they want to be better.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And you know what? I like your demeanor. Because you know what? Not all medical practitioners, just like anybody else in any other field, is not designed. Like you said, who's in it for the money and who's in it because what the heck?
Yeah.
And so that's what we need. We need people with good bedside manners,
Yes, ma'am.
if you may.
Yes.
I mean, what's your vision for the future? I mean, what do you see? I mean, say physical. Where do you envision physical therapy? How do you see that over
Yeah.
the next decade from now?
I think physical therapy can be a tool in prolonging life. I think physical therapy can be utilized to provide quality of life.
Yes.
And that's what ultimately this is all about.
Yes.
You know, we can live to 100, but if that lasts 15, 20 years is bedbound, that's not quality.
quality.
And, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Quality.
My opinion, too.
But I think that if we stay active, you know, I always say, like, health is wealth. It's what we eat. It is how we treat our bodies.
Yeah.
What we put into it is what we get out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that, again, it is all about that, treating your body well, and so that you can live longer, be around for your families and your loved ones.
And a lot of people feel, you know, Sharon, that treating your body, taking care of your body means going to, and I'm not going to say the names, but, you know, going to the gym.
Yeah, you don't have to
And
do
you
that.
go to the gym for 100 days
Yeah.
out of the year. It means nothing. Like you said, walking.
Yeah.
That's critical. Just get out and walk.
Yes, ma'am.
Walking is because you're moving.
You're moving,
That's all
you
you're
know, it's
doing.
good for your cardiovascular system, which is your
Get the
heart and your
rate up.
lungs.
Yes. Yes.
Makes a world of change, you know.
It sure does. Man.
So we have another question there.
Yes.
Dr. Marie, I really appreciate the way you explain how movement and healing connect. You make physical therapy feel approachable and empowering. It's clear, truly, you truly are out helping people.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, thank you. You know, that is the goal. That is what I do it for, you know. Obviously, in this economy, we do need income,
Yeah.
You
you
don't
know.
do it for the love. You do it for the likes.
Yeah, you know, it's
Not for
for the
the likes, but for the love.
For the love. For the
I
love,
got you.
for the
I
like,
understood
yeah.
what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
likes
That
and love,
part.
though. You
Love
know,
and love.
but yes, that is my biggest reward.
I like that.
Is, you know, how our services.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like, again, the platform is I get the opportunity to treat brown and Black people all the time, and so to see this is totally different.
Yeah.
You know, my grandmother would never have expected to see a Black therapist ever show up, you know, or that generation. And so I am treating those who are in their, 75 to 100 range. And so this is something that they had never experienced.
Before, and
Yeah.
they need that. You know what? You asked Marie.
I was gonna say
what was the
Chicago. I mean,
you're right.
You have a little Chicago connection there, and you gotta,
but
you gotta
before you
spill
go
the beans
there,
on
I
there.
was gonna ask her because you asked her about the future. So guess what I see for your future?
What's that?
A clinic, in a home agency in every one of those states you were in.
Okay, we gonna,
what I'm talking
pray it
about.
up, pray it up. Let's just, I
Girlfriend,
appreciate
it's
it.
a done deal.
It's a done
It's a
deal.
done
We
deal.
spoke, we
It's a done
spoke
deal.
it.
It's a done
Yes.
deal.
Yeah, we're
Done
gonna
deal.
see you
We've
sending
seen
folks
that,
in the
yes.
homes, training them, and
Yes.
giving them that wonderful bedside
Dr.
manner.
Marie's.
That's it. You
All
know,
over.
whatever God has in store for me,
Yes.
I'm incredibly grateful
Wow.
for everything that He has given me thus far.
So,
So
back to
what-
Chicago.
Back, okay, yes.
Back to Chicago. Tell us a little bit about the Chicago, your little connection with Chicago there.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Rockford, Illinois. Like I said, 90 miles north of Chicago.
Okay.
I went to physical therapy in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And so then I resided in Chicago for about 5 years after physical therapy school. And then I said, man, I got to be an adult. And I want to buy a house. So I said, Texas is cheaper. So I went on to Texas and then, again, being the youngest, decided that, man, I'm getting lonely. So my middle sister came and her family, and then my older sister came and a couple of her children.
Wow.
And then mom and dad ended up coming. And so my immediate family is now in Dallas, Texas. But I have some family. We just went back for a family member's 80th birthday, and it was just, full circle. Saw people I went to high school with, and,
You know, I graduated high school in Dallas, Texas.
Really? What school?
Kimball.
Kimball. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oak Cliff, Texas.
That's interesting. Wow.
Isn't that,
Dallas-
so she talked about full circle. I
Yeah,
was like,
full
oh,
circle.
yeah.
But like I said, we're more alike than we are different. No matter the generation, no matter any of that.
Yeah.
And these are my Jamaican sisters, too.
Oh, I love it. That's right. That's right. Because she's a yachty.
Yeah.
She's a yachty. What, second generation or
Yeah,
you're
second generation, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so D, thank you, D. We appreciate it. And Harper, I think it looks like 686. We appreciate it. It says Dr. W's spiritual attributes also. She says undergrad, her expertise in medical advice, and without her being in a pulpit, she's truly a holistic. She's holistic in her work.
Right, preach,
up.
sister.
Yes,
Preach.
I am. I'm an advocate for my patients, and sometimes I do come off preacherish. People often say, "Have you been in the military?" And I'm like, "No," but I'm fairly direct. But it all comes with love because I want the best for my patients.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
do. And I know my time is limited with patients, so I try to get the most out of them that I can.
Love it.
But
Yeah.
I'm sad when you said time is limited, and I know time is limited for
Yes.
you. But I have to bring in a little bit of politics because oftentimes there's the insurances only cover a couple of
Yes,
days.
ma'am.
So how do you work around that?
Man, it is, and that's exactly what I talked about. Limited. It depends on your insurance, and we know that things are ever changing, and so it is about providing quality service on every visit.
Yeah.
You know, we all have bad days, and so we just do what we can on those days. But ultimately, trying to get the most out of it. But yes, my patients know I'm going to go to bat for you. If I feel like you want it and that there can be some improvement,
Yeah.
I will write letters of medical justification until I can't write them anymore. You know, and I will also speak to clinical managers and those kind of things. But always, that is my role, is to determine how much therapy a patient needs.
Excellent, excellent.
Well,
Yeah.
time's out, Sharon, and I hate just this part of it
Yes,
because
ma'am.
when that happens, it's just like, come on.
What happened?
But we thank you so much. We appreciate you, sister. I mean, we
ma'am.
really appreciate
Yes, ma'am.
you.
Thank you for having me.
We're so overjoyed. But if there's one thing you could say to anyone out there that you could just give some advice, I mean, someone who is, you know, wanting to know a little bit more and how they can get in touch with you.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Give them that information.
again, this being a National Physical Therapy Month, there are tons of YouTube videos. When I talk about your take-home message, that is keep moving. You know, keep moving, keep treating your body right. And when you identify something that's not right, go seek care. That's what we have insurance for. That's what we have doctors for. And the sooner we find out things, early detection is the best.
Love it.
And how can they reach you?
They can reach me most likely directly. Most of my social media platforms are for personal reasons. But of course, these lovely ladies have my contact information, and I am more than willing. I'm a phone call away. If you need to see me in person, we can make some things happen. But ultimately, directly via phone or text. And please reach out to these ladies, and I would be more than willing to help.
We got you.
Absolutely
we got
do.
you.
We
You know,
do,
I'm not
yes.
going to let you go without telling us what's your favorite dessert.
Oh, yes, ma'am. My favorite dessert. It's going to be my mother's apple pie or pound cake.
Oh, wow. I love it.
All right, all right. Thank you so much.
We
You're
appreciate you,
welcome
sister.
to come back and
Yes.
give us more information. And viewers, we will definitely send that to you.
All right.
So we'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Wow. Thank you.
Chit-chat till I get it up.
Yeah. Hello.
All right.
So,
we are back with a most wonderful guest as well.
yes, we do.
We are talking to Councilwoman Vanessa Thomas. And so we want to go right into it. Councilwoman, tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you even start in wanting to become a councilwoman? Because you don't get rich off of doing that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Not at all.
Yes.
Well, I feel that you need to have a calling on your life in order to serve the people.
Yes.
And for years, I've been in government, local government, federal government, county government.
Okay.
And I've always had a desire to help people, to love on people, to talk to people, just to, be around people. And one day, it's been at least maybe about 25 years ago, I was telling my sister, I said, I think I'm supposed to be an elected official, 25 years ago.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like it. Yes.
And so, so 25 years later, here I am.
Wow.
So, when you have that calling on your life, and when the Lord says, "Okay, it's time," it's time.
That's right.
So I retired from federal service.
Wow.
As a public servant, and then that still wasn't enough for me because I still wanted to be around the people, be able to help the people, and
That's right.
be a voice for the people. That's my
Voice.
main thing. Yes,
That.
So
it's
you
to
were
be
a big
that voice.
multitask.
Well, I was given. Well, I'd like to give. I was giving advice, is what I was doing. I just love to give advice.
Yeah. I like to encapsulates it too. I was just giving advice while the teacher was talking.
Did you in school? Did you run for class president or things like that?
No, I never really had a desire for that type of thing. But I was in sports. I was in track, and honor student, and was in track. But I don't think I had done any thing like that. My background is my father was in the military, so we traveled around a lot. So I really didn't have a steady school or steady type thing. So I did not volunteer or take part in things like that.
So you've been a councilwoman for
This is 3.5 years, right. This is my first term.
So tell us a little about the accomplishments.
Well, there have been many within this past 3.5 years. And one thing that I really am very proud of, and I pretty much call this my baby, so to speak, and that is having a job fair. We had our first annual job fair in partnership with the Goodwill Career Center last year, and then we also had another one this year. But they have been so successful, and that has been my heart, to be able to do something for our citizens, for our residents. And people need employment. And there were jobs that had came out of that, and people were employed. So, and they thank me for putting it on, thank the city for putting it on. So we appreciate having had done that.
Yeah.
And another thing that is also dear to my heart is there's a seminar that I had put on entitled "Know Your Rights."
Yes.
And
love it.
and that came about during the time when it was COVID. And you know what happened during that time? The
ma'am.
police and everything were on our residents, and so there was a judge who is in Conyers. He started doing a seminar. He put on a seminar called "Know Your Rights." And so this seminar was about how to conduct yourself and what to say when you are stopped by law enforcement. So I was able to have him come and speak and to put that on for our residents. So that was something quite needed during that time.
Yeah, I mean, not even during that time. During this
And
time.
you're right, during this time,
Yeah,
exactly.
Because a lot of the younger folks really get hot-headed, and they're already frustrated with how law enforcement has been treating
That's
different
true.
people and thinking profiles. So really knowing what to say and the rights are so important. So yeah, so you're running for
up
re-election.
Yes, I
Sorry.
was going to say, yeah, that's right. That was my very thought. I mean, you're
that's
next
the Sharon connection there.
Yes, yeah.
re-election. Tell us
Yes,
about
I
that.
am up for re-election.
Yes.
And I certainly want to continue on. I said, Lord, if this is, I really don't think it's time for me to stop after one term.
You're just getting started.
Exactly.
Just warming up.
Just getting started. That's
Just getting
exactly
started.
right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so yes, I am up for re-election, and this is a time. Well, really during this past 3.5 years of what we've done a lot for the city of McDonough. We have paved roads. We've put in street lights. We even approved to have a police precinct.
Yes.
And that is going to be in our Avalon Parkway area for everyone that's in the city of McDonough limits. We are going to be out there. We're having a new police precinct out there sometime next year. And we even have those flock cameras. We
yes.
put a lot of those flock cameras within our city, and not only just a flock camera, but we also have the cameras that could detect gunshots.
Oh wow.
Yes, we want to be able to.
We got a little AI going on.
Yeah, right.
Something.
Right. We want to keep our residents safe.
Yeah.
While they're out and about.
Yeah.
And to know that they are safe. And we've even allocated funding for our residents, $1.5 million to be exact, for our residents, for those that own homes and that are in need of repair of their homes.
Yes.
But can't afford it.
Right.
So we approve for them to have the funding for their to get their homes repaired.
So how is
And
that
what-
process?
and-
And it's in the form of a grant. And the process is that you have to qualify. You can't make no more than a certain amount, that type of thing.
Of course.
And you have to live in your home, and you have to stay in that home for at least 5 years after the repairs have been done.
Now that's
Wow.
that's
That's the key.
boundaries with the consequences.
Of course.
there. I
Well,
love
you know
it.
what? You're getting free money. You're getting grants.
That's right.
That's a
right.
simple. Look, I would live in there for
sense.
20.
Yeah.
I'd be
Really,
living.
right?
And some have lived in there for 20
course.
and plus years,
Yeah.
and need repairs done on their homes.
Yes.
So that was a blessing,
like
for
that.
us to have been able to do that for them.
Yeah.
I like that. So I wanted to ask you though. You're running for re-election. For those watching, those who don't know who you are. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say? I mean, with all of what you've done, and you do a lot, because I'm looking at your bio and I'm going, what hasn't she done in that short space of time? Okay, and there are other folks out here that are running around that people have voted for and they do nothing. They've been there and they're recycled, some of them.
Right.
For you, what would you say are some of the highlights of what you've done so far? Why would someone say, yeah, definitely re-elect Councilwoman Vanessa?
Okay. Well, the highlights, such as what I mentioned, the job fair. I mean, that
Right.
that has really been dear to my heart.
What are you known for then? In other words, job fair. So
Well-
you're the job fair
well,
queen.
Well,
then.
I'm known for being that voice.
Yes.
People have told me, they said, "Oh, I really like the way, I really like the way that you speak up and that you talk."
Yeah.
And one thing I am is a voice for the people and not for the developers or not for businesses. Oftentimes, people tend to run for office for the wrong reasons, but my reason is to be that voice for the people, and that is why I'm running for office, running for re-election.
To be the voice. Might I
Yes.
just say
Today,
off
yes.
topic real quick. You look striking in that red.
Oh, yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Thank you.
Yes, she does.
Thank
Yes,
you.
she does.
Thank you.
All right, so I know you're a woman of fire.
Yes.
She's like being all humble here, but I
Yes.
can imagine her
Yes.
down in the chamber saying, "The voice for the people."
Well, yeah, I mean, I do.
like that,
I do speak that, and there's this one project that we, that is being developed, but it hasn't been approved or hasn't come to us yet. And the developer seems to be all gung ho about it, but our residents don't seem to want it, And so I said, look, y'all need to and I told these developers, y'all need to put the brakes on this. I said, because our people don't want it.
Yeah.
So you have to speak up. You have to say these type of things, and don't just let the business or the developer run over you.
Yeah.
You got to speak up. And not only that, but oftentimes I like to know, well, what is in it for our people? When they do want to develop and to build.
Yeah.
An example for these houses and these apartments and townhomes that they're putting up here. I want some affordable homes.
Yes.
Where people can be able to live.
Yeah.
That's realistic.
And so that is my question. What's in it for our residents? Because they talk about how there's housing shortage, but in my mind, there's not a housing shortage. There's just a shortage
affordability.
of. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
it's
not being able to
affordability
afford
because,
it, exactly.
And I love what you said. I really like a lot what you said, because you're for the people. You're for the people, and for all people, but we're
Yes.
talking about residents, because
Right.
to be truthful, you and I know that a lot of these developers don't live in your neighborhood.
Right,
Okay?
that's true.
They don't live in our neighborhoods.
true. That's
real
Okay,
common.
but they're developing in our neighborhood.
Right. Yeah.
So what they're putting there, you have to have control, and you have to have the people. You're the
Consider
voice
what
of the
the people
people,
want.
of course.
Right,
And so you're the
exactly.
voice of those folks
That's right.
that are voting and have put you in office, and they put you there for a reason. So I like that a lot. So you volunteer, you've done outreach, you do community projects. I mean, today is actually the start of election. It's election day. It's election starts
Today, right, early voting began
Early
today.
voting
That's
begins
correct.
Today, and it ends on the 31st.
31st,
of October.
right, that's right.
So for folks watching, and you need to get yourself together and check out, Councilwoman Vanessa. I mean,
right.
can they volunteer? I mean, are you looking for volunteers? I mean, to knock on doors? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, to speak to those folks.
Yes, I can always use volunteers. Always, always, always.
Yeah. Did you say always?
Yes.
Always.
There's not enough work.
Yeah.
But really, there's too much work.
Too much work and not enough volunteers.
There you go. So I can always use volunteers to be able to help out, hold signs out during early voting at the voting polls,
Yeah.
make phone calls, hand out flyers, door hangers, things like that. Yes, I can certainly use volunteers.
And how would they?
Local
Yes.
I'm,
Yes, the local office.
now, really, I work out at my home, so I really don't have a local office per se.
How could they get
But
in touch with you?
yes. Well, now I do have an office. I mean, I have a phone number, and I have an email, as well as website that you can contact me through. And you can always get in touch with me through my being a councilwoman.
Yes.
City of McDonough at large. Email address is vthomas@mcdonoughga.org. That's how you can get in touch with me as a council person. Yeah. And then as me being reelected you contact me by way of my email address is reelectvanessathomas@gmail.com, or my website is reelectvanessathomas.com.
That's right. Keep the branding going.
That's
Great.
right.
Councilwoman, how would you talk to a younger person who wants to run to be a council person? Is that correct? Council
Yes,
person?
yes.
What steps, what do they need to know? What track do they need to be on in order to run for council?
Okay. I just got an email earlier this week. Someone was interested in running for office. And I told him, I said, well, for starters, you need to attend our meetings. You come to the meetings to see how the meetings are conducted and to see what's being discussed, so you can familiarize yourself with our agenda and familiarize yourself with how a council person relays or speaks to the developer, speaks to whoever when we have these meetings to see what's going on. You need to educate yourself about what's going on in the city, and know when we have our elections. And also get involved. Do some volunteering. Get involved with the community.
Of course, because
Yes.
people are not going to vote for you if they don't know you.
That's right.
I mean,
that's
honestly, I'm not. In Jamaica we have that what we say. We're referring to a cat, but we said a puss in the bag. So we have. I don't know how that came up. I mean, but in other words, if I don't know you, why would I vote for you? I have to see you out and about, and I can go, yeah, you know what? That councilwoman, yeah, I saw her down there volunteering, feeding the hungry.
Yes.
I saw her doing whatever. I saw her doing community service because that's what you do.
Right.
Community people.
Right.
They get involved in the community. So,
Exactly.
Honestly, I know there's stuff like, zoning issues. You've gotten down right in the trenches because we're community involvement. You've been a member of, that whole community of what it says for 35 years. You've done, what's this? You're a member of that particular church down there. So I know they keep you busy because that's one of those mega churches down in Georgia here.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, they do a whole lot of community service.
That's right.
World changers. I know
That's
about
right.
this. I
That's
know
right.
quite a few people from your
Yes.
church.
Yes.
And they do community service, Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get involved.
Yes. As a matter of fact,
yes,
right. As
go
a
ahead.
matter of fact, I am a 35-year member of World Changers Church International.
Wow.
And I have initiated, I'll just put it that way, I assisted in developing our legal department. We have a legal department at our church. And I was one of those who got it off the ground and got it organized. We now have a viable legal ministry that, we give, we have once a year, we give different seminars.
Yeah.
And we allow the public anyone could come in and talk to an attorney, at no charge. The attorney gives them advice. I remember when I was part of the legal ministry, we did wills for our members and wills for anyone that wanted to come in and get a will done.
Really?
Yes. And then we also we had a patent trademark and copyright seminar. and that was very popular.
I can imagine.
Interesting. Of
Yes,
course.
yes. People wanted to know how they could go about and, you know, and do their trade or either register their trade and their patents and all of that. So that was very successful as well. We did family law. We had family law seminars talking about child support, divorce. You know, although the Lord hates divorce, we did. We
Absolutely.
But
it's a part of
our
life.
existence.
It
Yes,
happens.
part of life, right? So there's a lot of things that we that I've done as far as community service.
Of course.
And being a part of the church. I do volunteer ministry right now. I'm no longer in our legal resources department, but I do volunteer at the church.
Yeah,
I
that sounds like a
that.
really good way. When I
course.
asked how do young folks get involved, that sounds like a real good way to be able to
Yes.
set something up in their place where they visit, you know, as often as they do, and encourage those members, get them together, ask the questions, bring in speakers like what you have. That's
Of course, and that's what
It's
churches are.
honorable.
That's
Yeah.
what- you know, I mean, well, I know growing up, that's what I knew the church to be, where you go and you get help.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you
for the
get
community.
it is
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what churches are. You know, it's not the other thing that people think it's when you go there and you get pigeonholed, you get trapped, and it's nothing like it's where people go when they need help.
That's right.
That's what I knew growing up. What the
Right.
church is. So that's the purpose of church. It's all about serving the community.
Right.
And I love what you're doing. I mean, honestly, so election again. I mean, we want to make sure you are a household name. What area do you cover? What's your area of coverage?
I am at large, the city of McDonough at large, so I cover all 4 districts. We have 4 districts, and I cover all 4 of them. Now, we also have council members for each district, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I just happen to be encompassed in all 4
All 4.
districts.
I'm glad you said that
Yes.
because I was going to ask you what is the difference between council and council at large. So I'm glad you explained that to me. I'm so ignorant. So you and the other city councils, that y'all collaborate together? How
Yes,
does
we
that
do.
work?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, it takes 4 votes to pass anything. So we have to be in collaboration, and we have to, come to an agreement or, talk about things. Well, not really. Well, we don't talk about things per se before we vote, but we do, whatever our interests are. Exactly, the interests.
Be able to be the voice.
Exactly,
For the people that
exactly.
you represent.
Right.
So so those 4 districts. What can you say the names of those 4 districts? The 4 cities that they represent.
Well, they're
Not
they're all within the city of McDonough.
right, but there are 4 different districts.
There's 4 different districts, right, and we have 4 different council members.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so
And
those-
you're one of those 4.
No,
She's about us. You're
I'm at large.
at large.
at large.
Yes.
That's right. So you're
So I
you
want to
cover
say
the,
over.
I know, but I didn't want to
No,
say
our
that.
mayor, our mayor,
I don't
our
wanna step on
mayor,
any
Mary's
toes.
over that. Yeah,
yeah, our mayor. She's pretty much.
she's amazing.
Over
I met
the-
your mayor.
Yes,
she is.
yes,
She
yes,
is.
yes.
She's
we have
awesome.
met her,
She
yes.
is. She
Yes, I
really
met
is.
that.
Yeah.
I met her.
Yeah, I just
Wow.
asked that because I really wanted our folks to be able to understand the differences. Because as we've been saying all evening, it is about education. We had Dr. Marie here, and so it's about educating her patients. And for you, it's definitely about educating and knowing what the
voters, your
purpose.
people,
Why do
yeah.
they need to vote? Why is speaking to a councilman? Where do they go to? They're seeing. All kinds of accidents at the corners of their neighborhood, or lights are not on, or street lights. I'm referring to,
right.
or a lot of gunshots and stuff like that. They don't know where to go and who to talk to.
Right.
And one of the first places, besides calling the police, is visit their council.
Yeah, if there's some issues going on in their subdivision or in their
Yeah.
district,
Their
let's say,
districts,
yeah.
they would
Okay.
they should let us know about it.
Definitely.
Oh, interesting.
And really, what I do is, since I encompass all 4 districts, I just drive around the districts and see what's needed.
So you got the boots on the ground.
Wow.
You got it. And there's this one particular subdivision that needed streetlights.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, what's going on over here? So I
course.
went ahead and reported it, and that it needed to be done. And then maybe a few months or so later, then the residents started complaining. But I had already known that it needed it. So because of just going out and just doing observation.
I love that. You see, she's not only, I mean, out there asking for votes, but you're doing the work that that's required. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people, again, when they get elected, they
don't
sit
do
up in that
anything.
office,
Right.
and they wait for the next re-election. And they come
Exactly.
back out. So you don't see the, and I'm not
Right.
speaking about, I'm not pointing to anybody. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Right.
Mayor, I mean, see, I just promoted you. Sorry. But
That is not my calling.
well, we're speaking things. You never know. You never know. But I'm just saying that you are working. You're putting your money where your mouth is. You're doing the job because a lot of folks do that. We don't see them until it's election season.
That's true.
Really.
Right.
They get elected and they disappear.
Yeah.
You do the work.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And we want people like you.
Yeah, well, thank you. And one other thing I'd like to point out is that I live in a subdivision, and we have an HOA, and I do volunteer for our HOA, the HOA board there too as well. We don't, and that's what we need. We need more volunteers. We need more people to step out, and to try to help out. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just helping out, just and I was doing that even before I even became council. I was HOA board on the board.
Yeah. See,
And-
that's another way that
Of
she
course.
talked about.
Of course.
Getting involved.
Of course.
is going to your, even as simple as going to your HOA meetings.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in a different city in Gwinnett County. I'm in Gwinnett County, but I go to another city's local town hall meeting. I do. I visit there so I can learn. Because in my little city where I live,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't do what they do in that other city up there in Gwinnett.
So you can ask
So
questions
so
and get involved.
Oh, I sure
That's
do.
right. That's right.
And that's what I do that. I was there last Thursday, to be exact. Met a whole bunch of people, met the Solicitor General, met a whole bunch of other folks.
Yeah.
Have their numbers, their cards, and I'm in touch.
Right.
This is what we need to do.
Yes.
People need to just get out.
That's
So
that's exactly right.
Your councilwoman down there in McDonough, she wants you to reach out to her.
And come to our
Okay.
meetings.
Come to the meetings.
Yeah, we meet the first Thursday of every month and the third Monday of every month at 6 p.m. City Hall in McDonough
City Hall.
on Keys Ferry Street.
Wow. So you heard it right here on Speak Harmony at APAT Media. Your councilwoman is working for you. She needs your vote. Re-elect Councilwoman Vanessa.
At
Okay?
large.
That's right. That's right.
That's
So
right. At large.
so I can continue to do the work that
you started.
we've begun.
I love
Exactly.
it. I love
Exactly.
Thank you for taking the
Man.
time out. It also is a testament to your service
It
by
is.
taking her time out to
It
come
is.
visit and talk to us.
Thank
All the
you.
way
Thank
here.
you for
All
the
way here.
invite.
That's dedication.
Yes.
That's dedication
So
to come
I'm
from
so
McDonough
thankful.
to
Absolutely.
Stone Mountain
Well, I
just to
appreciate
deliver this
that.
to the folks.
Yes, well, I
we
appreciate that.
your service.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Thank you.
Right.
Wow.
So, thank you for tuning into Speak Harmony. We believe unity starts with community, and we are building harmony one voice at a time. And we appreciate APAT Media for sponsoring this show, and to our other sponsor, Heart Love Inc., who also specializes in guiding relationship drama and emotional trauma. So, join us Tuesdays right here, live on YouTube, and soon to be on the other platforms.
There you
right?
go. There you go.
7
Live.
to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as we continue learning from those who inspire us through action and purpose. So until then, keep speaking harmony into your life.
Like, subscribe, and share. We love it.
Thank
you so much.
Thank
to
you.
our guest,
Appreciate
Dr.
it.
Marie,
Yes.
to our thrivers, and let's put in a little extra prayer for Dr. Marie's mother, who is going to
Yes.
have knee surgery.
Marie,
She
yes.
is so lucky she has her
Oh my God.
in-house physical therapist.
Let me tell you, her own PT. And who's
All
that
right.
fortunate?
Definitely. So, thank you. And she has a lot of constituents in McDonald, so you know you covered.
Sure
Okay,
does.
all right.
She has a lot of clients there
All
too.
right.
So, hey. All right then. Thank you, YouTube family, Speak Harmony family. We look forward to seeing you next week, Tuesday.
Same time, same place. Ciao.
Welcome to Speak Harmony, hosted by Sharon, Thompson, and Dr. Sharon, Reid, bringing news, ideas, and community needs. We learn, we grow, we stay informed together in harmony. Our voices are heard. Speak Harmony, where knowledge meets community.